Hello and welcome along to Making Motion Graphics in Adobe After Effects with your host Robert Smith. This is part 2 of animating a multi-layered Photoshop document. Let's see how far we've come. In the first video we created some keyframes in the first frame, and then at 1 second we brought animated our logo back together again, just like that. So let's continue. What we need to do now is to keep our logo like that in position for 4 seconds. So to do that, 1 plus 4 is 5 seconds. I need to go to 5 seconds in my timeline and put some keyframes there to tell After Effects nothing's going to happen between 1 and 5 seconds. So to get to 5 seconds, I simply click over here, type in 500 and return like that, and you'll notice my current time indicator has now gone to 5 seconds. Now what I want to do is I want to copy all the keyframes that are at 1 second. The easy way to do that is to select down here in the timeline, press the tilde key like that, and let's open up, or let's close all these layers down first, and we'll select them one at a time. And if I open it up like that, you'll notice now that I can see all the keyframes that I've put in so far. Okay, now I've got 4 keyframes on each layer in each position. In other words, at 1 second, these keyframes here are telling it to look as it does as when it's coming back together again. I just want to copy these keyframes to here. Now to do that, make sure all my layers are selected like this by holding the Shift key down. My current time indicator is at 5 seconds. I'm going to use this over here, these create a manual keyframe area like that. And let me show you a little trick. I can click one at a time like that, and you'll notice that I get a position keyframe in each one of these layers, or I can just click and simply drag down like that. That didn't work, so I'll just click and drag down here again, click and drag down here, and click and drag down here like that. You'll notice now I've got keyframes. Now these are simply exactly the same as these keyframes here, like that. So if I click anywhere there and press tilde, the tilde key, let's watch that in action. Okay. What I'm going to do is go back. I can press the home key like that, or use this preview area up there, press the space bar, and let's watch it in action. Fantastic. Nothing's happening. Absolutely nothing. That's exactly what we want between 1 and 5. But what we want the same animation. See this animation we've got coming in here over 1 second? We want exactly the same thing, but in reverse. And how we do that, and we do the same thing on each layer. So I'm going to go, I'm on layer 1 like that. I'm just going to drag a marquee over these initial keyframes and Command C to copy them, and just drag my current time indicator to the last frame, or press the N key, we'll do the same thing, and press Command V, Control V on the PC. I'm going to do the same on the next layer down like that. I'm going to select all the keyframes in the first frame, copy them, go to the last frame and paste them in. And again, do the same thing here. Copy, Command C, and Command V, paste at the end. And the same with this lot here. Exactly the same thing. Move up a bit so I can see them. As you can see, real estate's at premium inside After Effects. And Command V to paste them. Okay, let's look at our fantastic animation. Now press the home key, or this rewind key if you like. Press the space bar, and away we go. On they come for 1 second. Fantastic. And then they just go away gracefully, exactly the same way in reverse to which they came onto the screen. Okay, fantastic. Now let's add a bit of class to it by adding what's called ease. Now to put ease on all these layers, it's probably easy to do it by again pressing the tilde key, selecting everything and twirling one of these down. It'll show us all our keyframes. And what I want to do is I want to select all of these keyframes. So I'm just going to drag a marquee over the top of them like this. Click and drag, and notice they're all turned yellow, so they're all selected. I'm going to go to Animation, Keyframe Assistant, Easy Ease. And what ease is a way of sort of trying to create real world physics. Now I know we all hated physics at school, but it's something to do with making things accelerate and slow down, and it looks a lot more natural. So again, I'm going to press the tilde key like that to go back to my main area, and again rewind and press. You'll notice it's quite a subtle effect, extremely subtle. but looks much better. Okay, I'm going to drag that back out so I can see all my keyframes. Let's add a bit of style to what we've got. Okay, I'm going to close up all those layers. I'm going to import an audio file and add an audio file. Now, the beauty of After Effects is that it doesn't care if you've got an Illustrator, Photoshop, video, audio, it'll accept the lot. So I'm just going to double click over here in my project window and find my 6-second sound. I've got it as an MP3 or an AIF, better quality AIF, but let's go with the MP3. I'm going to click open. Now here's my audio file inside my library, or my project window if you like. I'll make sure my current time indicator is back at the start. I'm going to simply click and drag this down here and let go, like that. Now to hear that, I cannot press the spacebar, it just won't work. Okay, to hear it, I need to use this thing called a RAM preview, this thing over here. So I'm going to click on this RAM preview and have a listen. Fantastic, that's exactly what we want. Okay, I'll just stop that by pressing the spacebar.